Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of That Is Not My Ministry. I am your host, Ebony, and today we're going to have some good conversation about being single and saved and dating and how all of that goes in this modern time, in this modern world, in the midst of a panorama with a lot of foolishness and shenanigans happening, how we can go by finding the one that God has for us. So, in this endeavor, I have a lovely co-host with me this evening. I'm going to bring him on. It is the Right Reverend Pastor. I don't know his for real title. We're going to figure that out in 1 second. Our lovely Jonathan Ford. Hello, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
I don't called you the Right Reverend Pastor. I don't. What is your actual title, sir?
It's Reverend Jonathan Ford.
Come on, Reverend. Listen, my daddy was a reverend.
Yeah,
we love the reverends over here.
Whichever.
He was the Reverend Doctor.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
He has his doctorate. Yes.
I'm trying to get there, the Reverend Doctor.
Oh, come on, Doctor. We love to see it. Okay. Yeah. So Jonathan is a man of a certain age. I am a woman of a certain age. We are both single. We're both saved. We're both, are we dating? Wait, that came up wrong. What I meant was, are you currently out? There's no scene because the panorama done dried the scene.
Yeah, we stuck in the house.
We stuck at the house. How my Boaz gonna find me unless he deliver? He works for Instacart and deliver my groceries.
Right.
I only get out but once a week to go to church, and now it's gonna be twice a week because I gotta go to praise team rehearsal on Friday.
See, yeah,
that's all I got.
It's tough.
It is very tough. Like that is a question. Like I try to be very thoughtful and purposeful when I talk to the Lord about this single situation that I currently find myself in. But for real, I'd be like, okay, Lord, are you going to send them to the house? Like, what's happening? What's going on? Like, I love you, Jesus, but kind of want a husband. I know you didn't put me on this earth to be alone, and I picked wrong the first time. So
right.
What are we doing? Come on, like that's also. I have a lot of fears, and I try and I know he's not he doesn't like fear. He's not the author of confusion and or fear. So I try not to be as fearful of picking wrong again. Especially with current events happening in my life and me seeing it's disheartening.
Yeah.
You see a lot of stories in the news about pastors who can't get their life right to save their life. You're not going to come on, right?
It's tough.
So if I came to you and you was my pastor and I was like, I would like some counseling, or if you were wanting like a marriage ministry or a singles ministry, what are the top 3 things or pieces of advice that you would give someone who is single and saved but looking for their other half or waiting on the Lord to bring their other half? Find me. I'm right here. Listen,
I think the main thing is that I often tell, especially we have a singles ministry, so I often tell most single people that the Lord will give you the desires of your heart. But one thing that I always encourage folks to do is to make sure that you are happy with yourself and that you truly love yourself and know what you want, and don't settle for anything. Don't settle for anything. Just, some people, they write down a list of what they're looking for, and they pray about it. And I say, once you pray about it, you just leave it in the Lord's hands, and it'll come if it's meant to be. If it's meant to be, it'll come. But in the, what I, some people, some people are looking very hard. They're looking very hard. And sometimes they forget that God has a plan for each and all of our lives. So if it's not in his will, then you got to be happy with yourself. I mean, if you're meant to be single and that's not in his will for you to, have a significant other or to get married, then you have to be happy with yourself. I often think that when most people, when they're very happy with themselves and they got themselves on the track of really being okay, saying it's okay for me to be single, sometimes that's when folks show up, and next thing you know, they get married. So I think it's levels to it. But I think the most important thing is just to be happy with who you are, and understand, just continue to work on yourself, because all of us, we have little kinks and stuff that we need to work out before we bring somebody else in,
Right.
So while you're single, this is the time for you to work those kinks out, and just be prepared. Keep hope alive. Yeah, always keep hope alive.
Right. I feel like I am always, because I had to do some self-work after my marriage ended.
Mhm.
I had to work on me, and I'm just now coming into the season of my life where I know what I want, I know what I like, I know what I don't like. I refuse to settle for anything less than what is going to meet the needs that I have. And I've been told this several times. I walk in the spirit of wife. Like, I don't walk in the spirit of girlfriend. I don't, because girlfriend has never really been a title suited to me. It's always been wife. I've been someone's girlfriend very, very early, teenagering. And then I was someone's wife for a long period of time. I was somebody's girlfriend for a short period of time. And we both came to the decision amicably. Listen, we're not in the same place in our lives. He was 10 years younger than me. We're not ready to make each other happy. So we're just going to exit the situation. We're still friends. I still talk to the person. We still cool. He lives several states away now. That's a good friend of mine. But at this juncture, and then I went through a period where I've had some entanglements. I've had some situationships, but not an actual, I'll come meet my family, come meet my mama type of situations. That's how you know it's serious for me. When I give you access to my mother, that's how you know that I'm serious about you. And it's a thing for me. It can be difficult because I have a list of requirements for me and what I want in a man, and it's in the Bible of one of the mothers of the church, and she prays over it every day. And listen, I know she can get a prayer through. I'm just trying to figure out what is the magic combination. What am I not doing right? Lord, am I not talking to you enough? When are you gonna give me the go sign that, okay, he ready, here he come. Go for it. So it's very difficult. The waiting stage is very difficult. You're going to have to find hobbies. You're going to have to be. I knew I was ready when I enjoy my own company. I don't even have to say, I can just sit in silence and be okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't have to
Yeah.
feel the noise. That's how I knew I was ready. Also, and I'm looking for someone who I can sit, we can sit next to each other in silence and it be okay. We don't feel forced, to fill the void with conversation. We can have a conversation with each other without saying a word and it not be awkward.
Right,
So,
right.
listen, Lord, where is he at?
Yeah, it's a tough thing, and I think sometimes it's tougher for women more than men. Um, I think women struggle a lot more than men as far as that waiting period, trying to wait it out. But I will tell you from my own eyes, what I've seen is that most of the time these relationships develop when both parties not even looking for a relationship, and all of a sudden it just comes together, and so you know that your prayers have been answered. So that's what I always tell people: just wait and just continue to live and believe.
Okay. So let's go to actually dating.
Hmm.
And being saved. Like, I am at a disadvantage because I
Hmm.
haven't done much dating in my life.
Hmm.
Um, like I said, I was married for a long time. I I dated some when I was a teenager, but as an adult grown woman, I don't know what it is about the men around here, but dating seems
Hmm.
like a curse word, or taking someone out on a date seems like it's an issue. You talk about you want to come to my house and chill. Girl, I don't even know you well enough to call you and for
Yeah.
you to call me by my first name. You can't come to my house.
Right. Right. Right.
Talk about he wanted Netflix and chill. Now I understand that we've been in the press panini for a while and the whole
Hmm.
world was closed down, but the world is opening back up. You can take me to brunch.
Right. Right.
You can take me for 2 for 20s at Applebee's, sir.
Hmm.
Something. Like, it doesn't have to be super fancy,
Hmm. Hmm.
but like, when did dating go out of style?
I
How did I
think
miss
that.
the dating train? Where's the man who's gonna dress up and bring me flowers and I get in a pretty dress and beat my
Oh
face and
Jesus.
put on my good smelling perfume and you take me to dinner? Open my
Uh,
door. Hold my hand when I get out the car. Where you at, sir?
I think you might still have some gentlemen out there that are like that. Very few, I would say. Um,
He said very few. I'm going into
yeah, just being real, just being real. Very few, I would say, but you still have some gentlemen out there that believe in actual dating. Now, I will say, folks our age, most gentlemen our age, or well, I don't know because I'm not on the dating scene too much, but I would think and pray that most gentlemen our age would know how to, go on a date. Um, what was that?
Listen, I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's the ones that's just I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
it's the ones that come into my circumference. Like
I
no,
just can't imagine at my age wanting to go, Netflix and chill. Not at my age. I just can't imagine that. And
can we go to the park
consider a
and
date.
hold hands and talk? Can what?
Yeah, yeah, like go out to eat, go to the park, hold hands and watch. Go bowling or something.
Right. I bowl very
Yeah,
well.
yeah. But that other stuff, I just can't imagine at this age. Now, younger, yeah. When I was younger, that yeah.
When you was younger and frisky, maybe
Yeah,
yeah.
I ain't even got that kind
Okay.
of energy to be trying all this crazy stuff now. Listen.
Listen, listen,
So
listen. You want to come and sit on my sofa and you talk about, well, you can fix me dinner. Sure. Those are things that I would do for my husband. Hey,
Right.
babe, it's Saturday night. We don't really want to go outside. Pick a movie. I'll fix us something good to eat, and we'll sit on the sofa and watch a movie and eat snacks. And then whatever happens, happens with
Mhm.
my husband or somebody I'm in relation. But I just met you, sir. I don't even know your middle name. I don't even know if Joe is your government name or that's just what they
Mhm.
call you on the streets. No, sir. You could cut me up in 7 million pieces, and then what's going to happen?
Mhm. And see, I have two sides to me. I have the pastoral side, and then I have the that other side. But anyway, from the pastoral point, when it comes to dating and being single and saved, you never want to put yourself in positions for like, you know, you always want to make sure that that whoever you date, that you all meet at a different spot other than each other's home.
A well lit location.
Yeah. That would be the correct thing to do, because you don't want to go into temptation to take it to another level, and that leads to temptation. Now there are some people that are strong that can have the come to my house for dinner, we'll watch a movie and chill, and everything is kosher and everything is good. You know what I'm saying? But then you got those that are weak in the flesh, and they can't put themselves in that type of situation.
Know yourself and what you can
Especially if
handle.
this is not somebody that you're going to continue to see, because it's going to then lead into drama.
Oh no, not the drugs, Jesus.
So yeah, yeah. So that's the pastoral side of me. But then I understand that you know people gonna be people. So you know,
Absolutely.
and one of the things I am not is I'm not judgmental. I believe in the word, and I believe what it says about certain things, especially when it comes to relationships between a man and a woman and fornication. I believe in all of that, but I don't judge people who partake in that or get caught up in that way, because I mean it's just life. um Everybody's not built the same, everybody's not as strong. Everybody has a different everybody's in a different position. So, not to make excuses for people, but it is what it is.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Listen, can I
Yeah.
get it's better when you get to know the person first. Like if
Right.
he in at like be in relation with somebody. Be
Right.
actually there's some type of commitment or something. You can't go around because you'll start creating soul ties and then you'll end up tied to something
Hmm.
you had bargained for, and then there's a man knocking on your back porch door at 3 o'clock in the morning. Talk about can you come outside while I talk to you for a minute? And
Right. Right.
nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody at all.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Right. So okay, Pastor. So here's the good question. So how long are you to date? Okay, because we're going into big stuff because we're going into
Okay.
to having sex and stuff. So
Okay.
how long are you to date before you have sex, or are you to not have sex until you get married? I'm talking about people our age, because when the sex is good, it's minuscule to the relationship. There's other things
Hmm.
that take precedence. But when the sex is bad, then it becomes a huge
Hmm. Hmm.
issue. So do we advocate, well, not advocate, but are we okay with seeing if we're compatible in that way? How far into the relationship are you supposed to wait to figure out if you're compatible in that manner with each other? Because
Lord.
everything could be 100% perfect, and then y'all lay down and you be like, "This is not it. This is not the right answer. This is not what the Lord wants for me. I'm sure of it."
Like, my lips keep drying up.
Ah!
It's a tough. Honestly, when it comes to sex, I have to stand by, what I believe, and that is that you should not partake in that until you're actually married. But realistically, folks are doing what they want to do. Um, I would just say it's so hard because I have to answer the way my position requires me to answer.
I know.
But then just to be realistic, I'm just saying if you out there and I hear so many things like one of the things you mentioned is making sure that you're compatible. There's nothing worse than having a relationship and then you hold out into marriage and then find out that that person and you are not compatible in the bedroom, which I don't. I always say that you still need to hold out, because you can work that out to where you make it compatible.
Can you really? I mean, some things like if it's a technique issue that can be coached. Teaching people how to um, feed your love language. That's how we're put it. Okay, we're trying to make it
Right,
listen
right.
to so that you please your partner. That can be taught. Physical attributes cannot be taught.
No, no. I think that, and then I think that too, if you are in tune,
Mhm.
this is where we talk about the spiritual side. If you are in tune, I think that you get some hints that a person is not going to be compatible. You're not going to be compatible sexual down the line. I think that there are some signs that are shown to you before you get to that, before you get ready to cross that bridge. And that just depends on how in tune you are spiritually and your discernment, because you really have to, be open and discern things such as that. And I try not to speak on a spiritual realm so much because I know that this is like touchy when it comes. I know that people are just doing the do and they're just living their life. You know what I'm saying? You have
Not just
to be
doing it.
real also. You have to face reality also. And I could just say for me, I know that I would not um partake in any of that before marriage. But let's just say that if I had the mindset to do it,
Mhm.
I would make sure that if I'm really into that person, then I would make sure that I'm able to adapt and be able to teach, how to please each other,
Mhm.
before we go too far. That's all I can say.
Amen. That was the most.
Before we
Love
go too
it.
far.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there is a book out there called The Five Love Languages. And
Hmm.
I believe it's very important that if you are coming into relationship with someone, you have to teach them like what your love language is so that you can love
Hmm.
me properly. Like
Hmm.
I had to figure out what my love languages is so I could love me properly. So I know what they are to be able to express them to other people. Like my top love language is acts of service. Like
Hmm.
you don't necessarily have to buy me the Louis Vuitton bag. I'm not going to say no. I am going to
Hmm.
appreciate it. But if you take out the trash without me asking, that is just as big to me because my love language is acts of service. So, Pastor, do you know what your love languages are?
Oh.
Am I have to give you an assignment and then you come back?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a assignment. I ain't even worked, ain't even thought nothing about that.
You don't know nothing about love languages?
No, not really.
Oh my God. Okay, so let me give you a little quick quiz.
Okay.
Okay, so say you and I are in relationship together
Hmm.
and your birthday is coming up.
Hmm.
Would you which gift would mean more to you? Something that I handmade, maybe, or there was this watch you had your eye on. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
expensive. It's kind of Rolexy looking,
Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
blinged out and all that good stuff. Would you
Mm-hmm.
like me to purchase the watch? Would you like me to um, make you a gift by hand?
Mm-hmm.
Or would you like me, you go to get your car detailed every couple of weeks. Would you like me to take your car out and get it detailed? You come home and your house is clean from top to
Mm-hmm.
bottom. Which gift would mean the most or would you just like a cash love
I
offer?
think I think for
Which
me,
gift would you like?
I'm very like so non I don't want to say nonchalant, but I'm not picky at all.
Hmm.
So I would be happy with whatever you gave me. Um, that's just how I am. I'm very, very laid back. Too laid back, to be honest with you. And I think it comes from me doing a lot in my life, like being there for people a lot and always being the one that give out. Um,
Hmm.
so when it's time to receive, I
You
just
don't know how to.
I don't have a choice. It don't bother me. It's just like whatever I'm happy with whatever. I'm just like from the heart, the fact that you thought about me makes me happy. Um and I think a lot of that comes from me just being like I said, just taking care of everybody and being such a giver and I just
I need you to start taking care of yourself. You cannot pour
yeah.
from an empty vessel, love. Listen, you need people to pour into you so you can pour out to others. That's my
Yeah.
little self-care tidbit for this particular episode.
Right.
But for real, I'm going to need you to go to the 5 love languages, Google it, take the
Okay. Okay.
quiz, because when I
Hmm.
ask you back, I'm going to ask you, what is your top
All
love
right.
language?
I
And
can
I'm
do
going to
that.
need you to have the answer to that, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? All right.
Look at
Now,
that.
okay, so we kind of touched on, let's talk about being celibate. Jesus.
Hmm.
Okay, so somebody asked, can you be forced into celibacy? Now, my answer was no, because
Hmm.
ultimately, this is your body and your choice. And if you want
Hmm.
to partake, you absolutely can, and you can find somebody to partake with. Now,
Hmm.
my question is, because I'm always curious, I always have questions. In celibacy, does that include, how do I say this without self manipulation? That's how. Does that include that, or you got a cold turkey, no nothing, or is that just to get you through, or are you supposed to be praying when it? I almost said something real inappropriate.
I mean,
Like,
yes,
because I've never listen. If you celibate, that means you're not doing anything with anyone,
not doing
and I'm
anything.
trying to figure out, does that mean to include you not doing anything with yourself, or is that frowned upon? And
That's what
you,
it's supposed to. I mean, it's supposed to include that, but let's just be real. I mean,
we
let's just
trying
be
to help the
real.
people. We just trying to help the people.
That's
That's
what
all.
repentance is for, I guess. I don't know.
You know what? Oh God.
I don't. I mean, I have to be honest. Listen, that's the wrong. That's where my downfall is at right there. Like I'm celibate with
With caveats, amen.
yeah, but myself. Um, I mean,
You know,
stuff
I'm our best
happens.
friend. Listen.
I hope ain't none of my church members watching this. Oh my
Okay,
God,
we're
little
gonna move
bird
on because
pregnant.
just in case some of the members find Jonathan on here. Listen, we just gonna move. We just gonna move. They
Well,
already
they
gonna be
can't
like, who
talk,
is
but
this
they
harlot
I
with all the
know to
tattoos
be
that's talking
worse.
to our pastor?
I mean, it's just I think, and this is the thing I think about with preachers too, is that they need to learn how to be honest. That means stop. That's the reason why when you get caught doing stuff, it's so hard on you because you're just not an honest person up front. And so I try to keep it real. I would be lying if I say that I am celibate as far as with another person or whatever. But
Right.
myself, I mean, there are times. I mean, it's life.
Exactly. It's life. It's a human function. It happens. You know.
Yeah. So you have to be,
So for your health and it's a health issue. Can't
and it's the best thing to do because you ain't got to worry about catching nothing. Getting no
hey man.
I just pray and ask the Lord to forgive me. I mean, it ain't like I every day or anything like that, but I'm just saying,
Listen, some people are every day. Some people like it's an addiction for some people though.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord. It's not God. Let me turn on the fan.
Yeah, turn on the fan. Yeah, I just got a paper here.
Oh God. Okay, so we are listen. Okay, so he done got hurt at the forehead. Okay, so tell us your list for First Lady Ford. Go. Oh, oh.
Well,
I'm gonna be
first and
studious taking
foremost,
notes over here.
first and foremost, gotta be a woman of God, of course. Gotta be a woman of God. Um, gotta really be trustworthy. I would think we need to be a little sincere. Gotta have a a sense of humor, um, and a lot of patience because I'm a lot to deal with.
Are you rowdy, Jonathan?
I'm not rowdy, but I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place.
We got to bring you in. Not a
I'm,
problem.
yeah, I'm always that's just a pastor job. You're always doing stuff. Um, I would say that we'll have to be willing to make a sacrifice because that comes with part of, being with someone that's, a pastor. You get those late night calls where you got to leave out, um, and it's got to be trust there because,
Exactly.
some people like, well, what? But, yeah, you got
Yes, ma'am.
to
Future
call.
Mrs. Ford, please know that when Sister Sally called him at 2 a.m.,
Yeah.
get your butt out the bed and go with your husband.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah.
Okay.
Now that's another option too.
Oh
Go.
no, we not because we're not gonna let your good be speaking evil of where
Yeah.
Sister Sally is trying to trap you and she opened the door
Hmm.
and she ain't got no drawers on.
Yeah.
No, because who gonna pop up from behind you?
Hmm. You're right.
Hey, Sister Sally, God bless you. What? Okay.
Yeah, the other thing is, and this is one of the things, just looking at other first ladies, because I don't have a first lady, but looking at other first ladies, one of the things that I would say is that they got to know their place too, because you have
Yes.
some first ladies that will go in a church and turn it upside down.
Oh Lord.
Or take over.
Humbleness, get so humble that you take the H off and you become
Yeah.
humble.
Hmm.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. You gotta have a sense of calmness and um, you know,
Calmness, however, you need a backbone. Don't let
yeah,
people walk over
yeah.
you.
I would say you need a backbone, but just know
Want
when
to switch it.
when to step up. Yeah. Um, I'll just give you an example
Mhm.
of something that I dealt with, and this wasn't even dealing with no relationship or anything, but one of my nephews had an issue with me. Um, and basically I was dealing with a couple of members of my church. It was some shadiness or something crazy going on, basically. So my nephew got upset and he was like, you need to start putting people in their place. He was like, you need to stand up for yourself and all this stuff. And I tried to explain to him, I'm like, no, I was like, I ignore a lot of stuff because of the simple fact that you need to know how to pick and choose your battles. You know,
Absolutely.
I am one that I ignore a lot of foolishness. I ignore a lot of foolishness for one is because I haven't totally been delivered and I might choke you. So a lot of times I just let stuff go over my head. I don't do a whole lot of fussing with church members or I let them talk to me any kind of way sometimes and then I let it just play out, And so now my nephew, this is one of my oldest nephews, he now is pastoring. And so now he's understanding
Right.
why I kept quiet on certain situations. And so I say all that to say that I can't have a first lady to jump off on them when I choose to ignore. We both got to be on one
Well,
accord.
no, we got to work in tandem. We have to be on one.
Right,
We have to be one accord and show a united front.
right.
Right. That's my hand in the middle of your back because I'm praying continually, Lord.
Right.
Just keep him so he don't turn this whole situation out because he could go right back, Lord.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
could go right back there and did because if he pop off, that I listen. I'm 10 toes down.
yeah,
I mean, what we finna do? Listen, you go low, I go high. What we doing?
yeah. And that's one
But
thing I had to teach
it's
him.
always been. I've been taught by my mother, who was a
Mhm,
first lady for very many years. You don't have
mhm.
to speak to
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Everything doesn't
yeah.
need a response.
Right.
So I listen. I listen. I understand now wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I just
Um,
most of the time I'm like, whatever, yeah, okay, it'll be all right.
God bless you. That's the good one.
Yeah,
When you just
yeah,
God bless them and walk away. No,
yeah,
it used
yeah.
to be like I will knock you into the
Right. Now when I get home, it's a different story. When I get in that car,
right. I'm the
I'm
ear. You
like
can
going
vent.
off
I
all the way
got you.
home.
Just come on in. Do you know what Sister Sally said? Oh, what she said, babe? What did she say?
Yeah, I gotta get it off my chest. But one of the things that I learned is that you'll never see me, especially church members, you'll never see me angry. Very seldom will you see me get angry. I will always grin and bear. But when I get in that car, it's a different story.
And then we get in the car, close, lock, door.
Yeah.
Come
Now
on,
there's
pull
been
off.
some
Come on,
times
pull
I've
off
slipped
from
up.
this church. Let's get to the stop sign before you listen. I already
Yeah.
know where you at with it. Just get to the stop sign.
Yeah.
Let's pull away from the Lord's house before you take it.
Now
Take
there's
a
been a
left
couple
turn.
occasions where I done slipped up and done went off a couple times, but for the most part, I'm just like, mm-mm. It's like, no, we're not even going there today.
Oh God. Well, I'm gonna
So
keep you
that's it.
lifted up
So
in
I think
prayer.
that's the end of my list. I
That's
think.
the end of your list.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna add some. How I'm adding on to your list? Uh, she's. I need her to be a prayer warrior. To
Yeah.
have a good prayer life.
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna need her to have some discernment about
Right.
things. Um, I'm gonna need her to have just a smidge and a few buck.
Right.
You know, it can't be all rainbows and God bless yous all the time.
Yeah.
She got to have a like she
Just a
is the
little
most
bit of
warm
nothing
and
be
loving
but.
person in the world. But if you go too far, she can get
Right.
there with you if need be. That listen, that's balance. It's
Yeah.
it's it's about the balance of it
Gotta
all.
have that balance.
Absolutely. So no height requirements, no weight requirements, no, she gotta be lighter than a brown paper bag. No, none of that.
No, just a
No.
wonderful personality. Wonderful personality. I'm not too big on, I mean, long as she look decent, attractive.
But what is decent? I need to know what decent is. What does that mean?
Attractive, not not no really big on giving, not no Whoopi Goldberg type or something like that.
Okay. we not gonna have no whoopee slander over here. No. Okay, so I understand you got attracted to her in particular. But we're not gonna have no whoopee slander over here.
No, just attractive,
Okay. All right. So
Then,
I guess I could give my requirements for
all right.
the man whenever the Lord decides to drop him into my, I don't know, he gonna work for Instacart and come knock at the door or something. I don't know. But I need you to be God-fearing.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to be kind. I need you to have a good sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
I too need a little bit of nuck if you buck. I need you to be able to handle me. And listen, it's a very specific type of handling, because you have to be secure in yourself to be able to tell me what to do. Because if you're not, then you can't tell me what to do.
Right.
Because the way I was raised, I'm such a strong, independent, I want to be with you, but if you decide to flip over backwards, I'm still gonna be all right.
Right.
Kind of girl. I need you to have a prayer life. I need you to be taller than me. That's not a huge requirement. I am 5'4.5".
You're 5'4".
Yeah, I'm only 5'4". All
right.
Right. I need to just be. I just want to be able. I don't even have to be able to tilt my head a bunch. I just need you to be taller than me when I put the shoes on.
Okay.
Thank you. Now the shoes ain't gonna be but so high because I'm out of practice right now. Because we've been in a press panini for the last year and a half. I'm gonna get back in practice, but listen, I am looking for the security that I had when my father was alive. And that doesn't necessarily mean, I need you paying my bills or this or that. Or I need that sense of security that I was assured without a shadow of a doubt that man loved me. That is what, there should be no question, no hesitation. He's mine and I'm his. I don't see other people when I'm in his atmosphere. When I'm not in his atmosphere, I'm not checking for anyone because I got what I need. You know what I'm saying? And I need you to be Fidelis, because let me be very clear. That is my line. And the quickest way to lose me, is to be unfaithful.
Okay.
You look for me and I'll be going, where Ebony? I don't know. I'm blocked on all the things. What happened? I'm poof like a vapor. I'm gone. There's no questioning. There's no working that out with me. It is a trigger for me. Please understand, I am crazy. Listen, I'm not above fighting. Don't do it. Listen, I am a reasonable enough person. You can have a conversation with me. Right. If something is wrong or there's a breakdown in relation between you and I, come and have the conversation with me. Give me the opportunity to fix whatever it is that we got going on. And if you give me time and opportunity to fix it and we still can't get back in unity and you feel like you want to do something else, please have that conversation. Then you'll be welcome to go and do something else, because I can go do something else. Right. Don't have me out here looking dumb. I'm all in love. I don't see nobody but you. And you
Mhm.
see me, Sister Martha, Janet the usher, Miss Mary who be cooking the chicken dinners in the back. And then they all looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Don't have
Yeah.
me because that's listen, don't do that to me. Because
Right.
I would never do that. I would never do that to you.
Yeah.
I need to listen. I mean, I know what my love language is and feed my soul. I want your soul to prosper as my soul prospers. I want to, I would like the Lord if he this like like I miss being a wife. I miss, you
Uh-huh.
know, being in love. I miss having those conversations at like 2 a.m. because you
Mhm.
can't go to sleep. And so we up talking about any and everything. I miss all of that. I miss the relation part of the relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if
Mhm.
the Lord could speed up this process, I would love it because I am sitting here ready, just waiting, just manifesting the spirit of wife, waiting for my husband to come find me.
It'll happen.
Oh, it better. Okay, so does your wife need to be able to cook?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You,
yeah.
why you say it like that?
Yeah, because I can't. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord Jesus. Okay. All right. Are you past having children at this juncture in your life?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
me too.
I'm,
I
I'm
too have
definitely,
passed.
I
I
am
there.
definitely past that. In fact, I do get upset sometimes that I didn't have kids earlier because now I want grandkids, but you can't have grandkids without having kids, huh?
Lord, and to have grandkids, you need kids. So
You gotta have kids.
that's how
I
that's
got
how
so
that
many.
works.
Yeah.
Listen, I have 4 grandbabies. If you want to borrow one for the day, just to get your practice in, let me know.
I tell you, but
I got 2 girls and 2 boys. You pick a pair.
that's good. Yeah, I got a bunch of nieces and nephews, so it's like I never had to really had to want to have kids because of so many nieces and nephews and then I got 2 with me now. One's getting ready to graduate and the other one is in the 10th grade, so he'll be in 11th grade next year. So that has been it's been challenging.
I
But
see. I
great.
understand.
And before them 2, I had another nephew that I practically raised also, and he's 32 now. So yeah, so I've had my share.
Mm.
So at this point, grandbabies, because you can send them back to their parents.
Absolutely, that's the best part. Listen, I can't express to you how much I'm in love with each and every one of those babies. And I want to kiss and love up on them. But then I'd be like, okay, go back home to your mommy.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love you. Meemaw
yeah.
loves the babies. That's it. Because I'm going to Puerto Rico. I don't have time for
Right, right.
all this going on the
Yeah.
job. Yeah. My scooter, he FaceTimes me 3, 4 times a day just to say hey. Hey.
That's nice.
He says, hey, and then he runs off from the phone. Okay, well, okay, sir. Well, all right. All right. My daughter, because she FaceTimes me a couple times a day. My other daughter, Danielle, who has the other 3 grandbabies. And I see all 4 every day.
That's good.
And they like, meanwhile, and the girls is like, meanwhile, what you doing? I'm working. You always working. We coming to your house. Okay, well, come on here. Y'all won't be here
That's
long, but come on.
right.
I'll never say no. Listen, this this is a new stage of life for me. This is a new life change. I had my children super early. I was done by the age of 23.
Hmm.
So now that I'm coming into this season of my life where I am a young grandmother, because something is young right now
Right.
for me.
Well,
You know, I'm footloose and fancy free. I'm looking for my husband. I'm ready. I want to travel. Come on, baby. Let's go to Greece. Let's go to
uh-huh.
Italy. I want to do these things. I want to go to the Maldives and go to that resort where it's the huts are on the water and the water is blue. And it's, listen, I'm ready to live my best life with the mister.
Yeah.
You know, how much vacation time you get as a pastor? Or you don't get any?
uh,
What else?
uh, it depends. Usually I take about a week or two. Um, if not more sometimes. I will say when I first started pastoring, I was very I wouldn't go anywhere. I probably would go somewhere once a year.
Hmm.
As years have gone on, I do take breaks. Um, I don't have a just to say this, I don't have an associate minister. So basically I do everything myself. So I make sure I get breaks in because it can be overwhelming. So I make sure I take a cruise or I,
Oh,
I got somebody coming in Sunday that's going to preach. I won't be here.
man.
Yeah, I definitely take breaks when I need to take breaks. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
We,
and
we,
then I had the type of church they not demanding or anything, you know.
okay. They're not demanding until they demand it. I got you.
Yeah, yeah, they're not demanding until they're really demanding, but they don't really bother me too much. They really don't.
Okay. All
So
right.
I'm blessed on that end.
Right, because I've seen some situations where
Yeah,
you
I'm blessed
listen.
on that end. I honestly could say my church they don't bother me at all too much. I don't get called upon. I don't do a lot of counseling. You know how people have issues or whatever. They don't call me with their issues. I'm the last to know anything most of the time. So yeah. But
Okay.
that's just the way they are. So
All right. Amen for people minding their business. We listen. We love
yeah,
to see. We love to see it. We
yeah,
love to see it.
that's the truth.
So tell me, okay, so because we're in the pulled pork, um, and churches have been closed, churches are slowly starting to open.
Hmm.
Have y'all made a decision about when you're going to go back to in-person service?
We have not made a decision yet. We're part of a denomination, so we're a connectional church.
Hmm.
Our bishop usually usually he makes that decision. I do know we're getting closer to trying to go back in, but um, we don't have an actual date. There's still a lot of stuff we have to work out far as checking to see who's been vaccinated. That's one of the things that I really got to work on to see how many members have been fully vaccinated. And because you just don't want to go up in there and everybody hasn't had their vaccine or whatever. And then we got to look at how we're going to space out in the church, how we're going to social distance, and who's going to take temperatures at the door. Will we have masks available? So we got a long ways before we go back in. We got a long
Listen, listen.
ways. I'm thinking maybe towards the fall. Um,
Okay.
I do know we're probably gonna move to like outdoor service, which I'm not thrilled about that. But
Why not? You don't want to be standing on the pulpit in front of a bunch of cars?
bugs
Oh,
like
bugs.
net,
Wait,
yeah,
hold on.
nets. What you call them? Gnats and bees and my church is in the country. Okay, all these bugs flying around. I don't have time for that. It's
Oh
just like
no,
no,
not the
I don't
bugs.
feel like dealing with that.
We're gonna get you some skin so soft from
Right.
Avon and UCR.
But them things be aggravating. I'm like, I don't want to know.
You
Mm-mm.
don't want to be in. Listen, well,
Yeah,
y'all can have tent revival. Why can't y'all do
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll go back to doing it. My main concern now is keeping the online ministry going.
that? Hmm.
So what we've started now, we definitely want to keep that going, but I'm the only one doing I feel like I'm a producer, but anyway, I'm the only one doing the editing and putting
Okay.
everything together. And so if I can get some help or get somebody trained to, record, that would help out as far as making sure that even that online option is still available.
Right.
Or close that down. So that's something that we're trying to work on now.
Right. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
we're gonna keep you lifted up in prayer because that seems like a whole lot. It seems
Oh
like
yeah.
a whole lot that you got going on. Both
Every day is something.
down to the church and things.
Mhm.
Um, so we are coming up to the close of
Mhm.
our first podcast.
All right.
Yay! So, was
Good
there
job.
thank you. Is there any parting advice that you would like to leave? Let's leave the people some hope.
Hmm.
Do you have any last words, sir?
I would just say, if you're really looking to get into a relationship, or you looking to date, or you waiting for marriage, I would say continue to wait, continue to be prayerful, continue to know what it is that you want, um, and that you put a lot of energy in yourself. Use this time to do a whole lot of soul searching, to find out a lot about you. Because once you cross that bridge of marriage, you're gonna trade that I, or that you is gonna become we. And so you got to be willing to accept, what you sign up for. So, some people, they rush things, and I would always tell you, don't rush into marriage. Um, it's hard for me because I don't even do marriage counseling, because I'm not married. So if like somebody in my church decides they want to get married, I always recommend them to a pastor that is married, because they know the hurdles they got to cross or the things they have to go through. All I can do is give you the spiritual aspect of marriage, but it's deeper than that, because there's the compromising and the different things, because marriage takes work. And so I feel that it's important to seek out, somebody that is married that can give you, that advice. But as far as being single and waiting, just know God has the desire of your heart. It will come. If it's meant to be, it will be.
Amen. Amen. Yes. Seek for if you're going to marry somebody. Yes, get some counseling because you
Yeah,
need to know
yeah.
what to do when you
Hmm.
don't really like him that day and his feet stink and he's like it's too much and you just want to.
And if there are any signs of craziness, I'll tell you, run, just run. I will suggest this too before we leave. I do believe that if you're single, you need to watch Fatal Attraction. That comes on TV1. You can learn a lot
I'm
from that
sorry.
show. You can learn a lot from that show. You can learn the clues and the tips when you done met somebody that's a little crazy. So I watch that show faithfully. So yeah.
Oh God, that is not what I thought she was gonna say. Okay.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, look out for red flags.
Yes. Yes.
Please
Yes.
find out if there is any history of mental illness in the person's family, and if so,
Yep.
what is it?
Exactly.
Just like they want to know family medical history at the doctor's office, you need to know mental health history if this fool is crazy.
And
See
if the
how they
family,
react, how they fight, because they might not fight fair and
yeah.
fight dirty, and you might not be able to handle how they react in an argument.
And one big flag is if their family talks about them, especially their mother or father, if they speak negatively of them, that's a no no. That's a no no.
Run.
Yeah.
They be like, "Oh, you dating Ray Ray? He crazy,
Yeah.
girl." Leave immediately.
Boy.
Okay, so it comes to the conclusion: don't date Ray Ray because he crazy. Wait, your significant other is coming. He's on the way. Hopefully, please. Okay, this is another thing. Before we leave, I just want to say this to my sisters who have been looking, who have been harassing, who have been haranguing Sierra about what was the nature of the prayer that she prayed to get Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Your Russell Wilson is your prayer for your Russell Wilson is not going to look like Sierra's prayer.
Right.
Be very specific and cater to what it is that you be very honest with yourself and your needs, not just what you wanted to look cute on IG or Facebook, but deep down in the quiet places when you by yourself. Figure out what it is, the attributes in the man that you want and you need in your life. And that is what you put into your prayer for your significant other. Don't not just the cute surface stuff. Dig deep.
Yeah.
It's okay if you put 6'4" and beard, but you also need to put some deep stuff on the list. It can't just be the surface things.
That's
Be
right.
very open and honest with yourself and what it is that you need and what it is that you want in your significant other. Okay, and I'm back. So with that being said, I want to thank y'all all for coming to the very first episode of That Is Not My Ministry. This will be available tomorrow at 4 p.m. I'm going to do a premiere. So if you want to, if you can, I don't know what your schedule looks like tomorrow. It'll be available on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So if you want to come into the premiere in the chat, just in case people have questions,
all right,
you can do that. And if all hearts and minds are clear, please know that you are loved, you are valued, and let people know that when you find things that are unagreeable, that's not my ministry. I'm not doing that. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Good night.